Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to talk about paragraph question of the MCAT from section by page. Now, suppose this is a paragraph which is saying about the cardiac enzyme and the troponin and the tropomyosin. I think the students who are preparing for the MCAT, they particularly knew about the actin in the myosin and the troponin and the tropomyosin supplements. So this paragraph is all about that cardiac biomarkers, right? So first, when any paragraph is given to you, you just need to just read a paragraph at once and point out or underline the main points which is given, or main words which is given. So in the cell, if you talk about this in the second paragraph, it is about in the cell, there are three troponin subunits. The troponin inhibitory unit, the troponin tropomyosin binding unit, and the troponin calcium binding unit, or TNC. So what I found with most of the paragraph questions of the MCAT, it is that in the paragraph question, they give like very typical and very big sounding words, right? And when you read the entire paragraph, going through words again and again, it gives you kind of confusion. So what I suggest you from this, like, because I have read this paragraph, so in this entire paragraph, we are going to talk about these particular units, that what these proteins do and what they do not do, right? So what I suggest you for to solve these kind of questions is that just try to write the main things, just like in the whole paragraph, it was about the cardiac and the skeletal TNC units, right? They are given for the cardiac muscle we are studying, for the skeletal muscle they are studying, and they're talking about the troponin and the tropomyosin of the two muscles, right? Now, in the cardiac, there is troponin, and in the skeletal, there is also troponin, no change. But in the cardiac, there is troponin inhibitory unit, which is TNI, and in the question it is given that it is 31 additional nucleotides. It is containing 31 additional nucleotides at N terminus, right? Every amino acid peptide has an N terminus, right? And this is particularly in the skeletal muscle, they were generated. Now, tropomyosin, right? Next topic about is the tropomyosin and TNT. They call it TNT. If I go back, TNT, if you find here, TNT, tropomyosin binding unit known as TNT. So I have written the short form, tropomyosin, or you can write binding subunit, right? Subunit, TNT. And here also, it is the same TNT, right? But they talk about in the next that the TNC of the cardiac muscle is equal to the TNC of the skeletal muscle. And then they told that about the tropomyosin binding subunit, that it is upregulated. So upward arrow means upregulated in muscular dystrophy and renal failure, right? Kidney failure or renal failure, same. Okay. And here they're talking about there is something like CKMM and something like CKMB. What are these? If I go back to the paragraph, I'll find that in the next paragraph. They call that there are three isozymes, the creatine kinase, which is a very important protein, which causes the conversion of phosphocreatine to creatinine in your body. So creatine kinase consists of two chains, N chain and B chain, and that form three isozymes, the CKMB and the CKMN and the CKB, right? Out of these, CKMN and CKMB are found in the skeletal muscles. So I have written the MN and MB in the skeletal muscle. CK means creatine kinase. And so skeletal muscle disease will be associated with the elevated levels of definitely. If you are having these proteins or these isozymes in particular muscle, that means elevated level of these enzymes are indication of any clinical significance, right? Now let's look at the question, right? In this question, we are talking here given the graph also. And then this is the first paragraph, first question associated with the paragraph. So according to the information in the passage, what likely makes TNI, or the troponin inhibitory unit, a more useful biomarker than TNC for the detection of myocardial infarction. Myocardial infarction means it's a kind of heart attack. So you are concerned with the cardiac muscle interest, right? So whatever you know by reading the paragraph and by reading these things, if you look at the options of these, like TNC undergoes different post-translational modifications compared to TNC expressed skeletal muscle. So I think in the entire paragraph, there is a talk about the post-translational modification. So definitely you cannot give this option, right? Second is that TNR is encoded by different genes in cardiac and skeletal muscle. Is it? Right? Now, at this point, you need to take a pause and just go about the paragraph in which they talk about the isozymes, right? So basically, the isozymes are actually a word of biochemistry. And the students who actually knew about the isozyme, they know that isozymes are same enzymes, but working in different tissues, right? So definitely, this is encoded by different genes in cardiac and the skeletal muscle, and that would be the correct option. Because for this particular MCQ, there is no need to understand the paragraph. The basic knowledge of the isozyme will work, right? So this way you can save the time, and rest two options are also, right? Let's move toward the second question, and which is going to be a very difficult question. And because I'm tutoring MCAT, and I have taught many students from the many renowned university of the US, like Hopkins University, Texas University, Georgia University, California University, and so on. So particularly this particular thing, this particular MCQ, my every student has given the wrong answer, right? This is quite difficult one, in which they're talking about the passage suggests that troponin levels peak around what levels in the hours following myocardial infarction, right? You just need to very focus on this, and because we are talking about level P, so you will need to go and see this curve, right, in the figure, in the question. So this is particularly containing the x-axis and the y-axis. The y-axis means upper limit of the normal. They are taking about something like for the myoglobin, for the CK, for the CKMB, for the LDH, and the troponin 1. It is the upper limit of the normal, and the x-axis is showing hours from onset of infarction, right? Means when they peak after the onset of infarction, right? Now, again, going back to the question, the passage suggests that troponin levels peak around what levels in the hours following myocardial infarction. So for this particular question, you need to think about that, the troponin, right? The troponin, if you find about troponin, it is this one, right? This one. So the dark dotted line, there are two dotted lines, one for the LDH and one for troponin 1. You are concerned with this dotted line and try to find P, right? I think this is a P, okay? This is a peak of the troponin. So when you